So I do apologize for not getting one of these quarterly videos out on time for quarter two, but I guess better late than never. So here is that update video. We really want to know if we're on the right track. We want to know if we're doing good topics, if you feel like we're covering everything that seems interesting for everyone. We want to know what your thoughts are on our channel. Are we on the right direction? Have we veered off in the wrong direction? Do we need to kind of come back onto the tracks and keep riding the train correctly? Now's the time to do that. So you can either do it on this short clip of this video, or you can do it on the main video on the channel over on YouTube. We really do want to hear your thoughts and feelings of how we're doing. I guess some takeaways I want to talk about for this quarter is I've been trying to implement more prepared topics when I do my first Monday or any day that I need to make up for anyone else that's unable to prepare or whatever the case may be. And I feel like those videos are going really, really well. I'm trying to also include not only politics and philosophy, but we're trying to also implement news that seems relevant at the time. It seems that videos that we talk about news that's happening as it's going on, they seem to do really well because I think it's in the here and the now, and I think that's helping boost some of our numbers. I feel like our numbers are doing pretty good. Since our last quarter video, we separated the channels as far as like the podcast channel versus the gaming channel. I now have my J Rhymes gaming channel over there, and I'm playing Diablo 2 Resurrected and doing content over there, and then keeping the podcast videos over here. Now, overall, I think it definitely diminished some of the bigger numbers we were seeing, but I think overall people are coming to the videos, and I think they're coming back. Now, whether they end up subscribing or not is another story. I feel like subscribing is kind of going the way of the buffalo, as some people say. But it's definitely important that people do subscribe. It definitely helps with the algorithms, as well as leaving comments on videos, hitting the like button, and obviously sharing the video. Those are obviously the best ways to get the word of mouth out there. And I think I'm not saying that we're getting attacked or anything. Not sure if we're being throttled back, because we do have some conservative views that we talk about on this channel. But I think, almost everybody is feeling that, both a large and small creator. But that's okay. We're going to keep talking about the topics that we like. We want to keep talking about the topics that you like as well. So don't forget to shoot us some of your thoughts on different topics, either in the comment section down below here, or you can also email us directly, theperiodicreview@gmail.com. All the information is in the description down below. I think we're starting to kind of get into a rhythm. The more I listen to old podcasts from, very large podcasters, both from, the first 200 or so episodes versus the last 200 episodes or so, I can definitely tell where the pattern starts going in a direction that makes it more interesting, makes it more fluid. I believe that they have more a streamlining of consciousness from their brain to their thoughts to their words. And I think a lot of us are also kind of trying to find our way around these different topics, especially the harder topics, which we did talk about recently. And we definitely saw a dip in our subscriptions, and we understand, it's some topics are just not for everybody, and if you disagree with us, we understand, and we wish you well. But I feel like overall we're pretty fair. I think sometimes we do get on our little soapbox and we talk about our thoughts and feelings more openly and obviously more aggressively sometimes. But I think for the most part, I feel like we're pretty fair, and I think that on the different topics we have a lot of interesting things to say. That's talking about the periodic review crew with me, Miss Rianne, and Mr. Alakai. I've been honestly thinking, back and forth about how to implement a fourth person. I don't know if we're quite there yet as far as like the technology that we have right now. I mean, I'm sure we could get a live microphone with a 1/4 inch stereo jack, and we could get a fourth microphone in here, and we could possibly get a fourth person. I just don't know how that's going to fit in our current program that we're kind of running in our current format. But I would like to get somebody that's more probably center of left. That's a nice person, and that we can talk about our differences in a very constructive way, and we can do it in a way that doesn't create division, both in you wonderful viewers out there, but also while we're in the studio here. I think that sometimes people can get very vocal. They can get very animated. And it's important to kind of keep a certain decorum when we do have our discussions, especially when it comes to, politics and policies and laws and things like that. So that's something to think about definitely for the future. I think my dirty 30s are definitely I'm definitely having a lot of fun with them. I think now that I've kind of gotten used to having a certain format and starting to have different ideas, I think I might be able to expand it to like 45 minutes to an hour, as long as I have prepared very, very well, at least on like 4 to 6 really good points. I feel like I could do that fairly well. And that might be something I might go back to. I know I tried to do that in the past, and I just feel like I was just fumbling over my words, and I didn't have stuff researched very well, and I was just kind of flying by the seat of my pants instead of like doing a lot of preparation and some research. So that's something to definitely think about. I know we have been working on doing our best to be consistent and doing Monday nights at 6 p.m. Each week, and that might be changing. So just to kind of give you guys a heads up, that might be changing. We may change nights. We may start a little bit later. Basically what's going on is the next season, the fall season of school, is starting up. So Mr. Alakai and Miss Rianne are going back to school. Mr. Alakai is, hours are going to change, and possibly my current position that I'm working at might also change. So there may be some instability for a few weeks when those things happen. Just know that, be patient with us. Eventually we'll figure it out, and we'll find a day and an evening, and we'll obviously let you know the day and time each time we stream. So that's something to definitely look out for. What else? I'm trying to think of everything else that we've been thinking about doing. But I think just on my end, just making sure that we can get, at least one episode out, if not 2. I am looking to get more out for myself as well as the crew. And that's just because I really think it's important that we keep putting out content. Now, whether that content is good or whether that content is bad or whether it's just meh, that's another story. I think something that we need to do is just keep doing it. And I think over time of practicing, over time of working hard at doing our research, looking up different articles and reading those articles and making sure that we're finding our groove, I think it's going to eventually smooth out, and we're going to be just a content creating machine. And we're going to have, fun and interesting takes, both intellectually and sometimes we have, some very, very funny moments. So you definitely want to make sure to watch the whole show, as well as you can listen on the go. So that's always important. Expanding to Anchor and Spotify has been really interesting. And then just trying to get really good headlines and really good hashtags is really important, because it seems like if we have really good titles, we have really interesting topics, and we're prepared, and we have good hashtags, it seems that our stuff gets out there and people actually see it. And so I think if we keep heading that direction, I think we'll do well in the future. I mean, this is technically our first year. We've gone through quarter 1 and quarter 2, and we've continually brought out content. Maybe we've missed a week or two here and there due to either personal stuff happening, family stuff happening, inability to actually show up because we just we're just so busy. I think we're doing well. Our posts with our videos on it are getting anywhere between I think 5 and sometimes 5 and 20 is kind of our average, and then we've seen some that pop up into the 30s, 40s, and even 50s on some of these, which is really cool on the Twitter. And then on the videos, they're actually doing pretty well. We're getting anywhere between 5 and 10 on some of them, and some of them we're actually getting in the 20s, 30s, and 40s week or two after we stream them. And so I feel like our content is good enough for people to come back for more. I think we just got to keep pushing hard and making sure that we are concise, that we're precise with what we're talking about, and we're prepared. So I hope you guys enjoy this year 1, quarter 2 update. We'll kind of see how these things age over time. I'm going to go ahead and put this up, on the YouTube channel. I apparently have the hiccups. Okay, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and end this video. And from my family to yours, good night.